Oh, say, can you see? Welcome to Payoff Pitch, Action Network's Major League Baseball betting podcast presented by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. I am Tanner McGrath, and this is a very special 4th of July episode. Many of our coworkers and fellow podcast hosts are out for the holiday, likely spending time with family. But as Action Network's resident Canadian, I celebrated my founding fathers this past Monday, so I'm here grinding with you guys. I am joined by my partner in crime, Mike Iannello, who is here just because he is a sicko who loves baseball. Regardless, we're going to do a short episode outlining our best bets and underdogs for the 4th of July slate. And we will go to you first, Mike. What do you have for your best bet on Thursday?
You said it, Tanner. I mean, what is better than spending the holiday drinking beer, eating hot dogs, and betting baseball? So we wanted to give you degenerates something to bet on instead of, to kind of, avoid the family barbecues. I'm going to go with the Rays, minus 130 against the Kansas City Royals. If you listen to Monday's podcast, where I did cash the Rays as my underdog, a lot of the same things apply here, even now that they're, a small favorite. Alec Marsh has a 4.91 expected ERA. He ranks in the bottom 20% of the league in most metrics. He's a fly ball pitcher who allows a ton of hard contact, 9.7% barrel rate. Not a good recipe. Doesn't strike out guys. Frankly, he doesn't do anything well. So he's not a good pitcher. And Marsh has allowed at least 3 runs in 6 of his last 8 starts. He has a 5.64 ERA over that stretch. And then Zach Eflin, he's been up and down all season, but he still has a 3.31 expected ERA. I think everyone kind of would agree Eflin's a better pitcher than Marsh. So Eflin still has elite command. He's got the lowest walk rate in the league of all qualified pitchers. He's issued just 7 walks all season. So he's not going to beat himself. You're going to have to earn it. His strikeout rate has been down a little bit, but he has punched out at least 6 in his last 3 starts. So it does seem to be bouncing back a little bit. And then over the last 2 weeks, Tampa Bay is 5th in the league in WRC+. Kansas City is slid to 24th. They're not hitting the ball. And Tampa Bay's biggest weakness all season has been their bullpen. But we've mentioned endlessly, the Royals' bullpen's the worst in the league. So this is one of the matchups where the Rays actually have a bullpen advantage. So better starting pitcher, better offense, better bullpen. Give me the Rays.
Yeah, I absolutely 100% co-sign the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays are hot. The Royals pitching is really, really bad, and they have been overvalued. Alec Marsh is one of many overvalued pitchers on that staff. And also, Ballpark Pals model makes the Rays minus 160 favorites here. Believes they will win 5.5 to 3.9. So great value on that BetMGM number on the Rays, which is minus 135 at the time of recording. For my best bet on Thursday, 4th of July slate, I'm going for a little 2-for-1 action. I'm going to be on the Braves money line, minus 120, and over 8, minus 110 at BetMGM Sportsbook. Here's my thinking, Mike. First, we get Road Logan Webb. Webb is a cheat code in the comfy, pitcher-friendly confines of Oracle Park. He is much worse away from it. This season, a 2.1 ERA at home, a 4.1 ERA on the road. That's pretty consistent with his career averages. The big thing is his batted ball profile this year has taken a major hit. He's lost like 5 points on his ground ball rate. His hard hit and barrel rates are way up. Yet somehow his home run to fly ball rate is down. I don't think that'll keep happening. I think he's a little overvalued. His sinker and sweeper actually look decent, but his changeup is getting hit harder than ever. He still uses that pitch as much as anything. And it's all led to a career high expected ERA, 4.2. And I think you can sustain that type of batted ball profile when you're pitching at Oracle, but it becomes much harder to do that on the road. For example, in Atlanta, in the other dugout, I think that Charlie Morton, starting pitcher for Atlanta, is a tad overvalued. His stuff profile has fallen off a cliff this year. His expected ERA is about a half run higher than his actual. He's lost some fastball velocity. He's no longer Mr. Ground Chuck either. He allows a ton of fly balls now. And he's super duper reliant on the curveball, which makes him a cherry bomb. He can shine one day or blow up the next. And, when the curve is missing bats, he's going to dominate. When it's not, he's going to struggle. For example, here are his last 6 starts. 8 earned runs against the Nationals, shut out the A's, 5 earned against the Nationals again, 1 6-run innings against Tampa, 5 earned against the Yankees, shut out the Pirates. But I think he's going to blow up here because he just threw a cherry, so he's due for a bomb. He just faced the Pirates team that can't hit right-handed pitching or curveballs, and he's about to face a Braves lineup that ranks third in weighted curveball runs created. Part 3 of this handicap, these are two offenses that have really underperformed recently and are due for a lot of positive regression and are thus undervalued. In the last 30 days and against right-handed pitching, the Braves have posted a 278 weighted on base average and a 304 expected weighted on base average. The Giants have posted a 300 WOBA and a 325 expected WOBA. These two lineups are hitting a ton of fly balls during this past month-long stretch. The Giants' 33% fly ball rate is tops in baseball over that past month. Braves' 31% is fourth. And that's good against two pitchers allowing more elevation than they ever have in their career. The Braves are also pulling a ton of those fly balls, like 51% of them. And the Giants are barreling a lot of the fly balls, 11% of them. Ballpark Pals model projects this total around 8.6, a little over. So I'm pretty happy with over 8. But the reason why I'm going to also be on the Braves is because, first, well, a ton of sharp money is fading Road Logan Webb and hitting the Braves here. But the Braves bullpen has been lights out recently. Last 2 weeks, 1.6 ERA, 2.4 Sierra, and a 33% strikeout rate. The Giants bullpen during that stretch, a 4.8 ERA, a 1.5 whip, 3 losses, and a ton of fly balls. 32% rate to be exact. So give me Los Bravos to shoot off some fireworks in a high-scoring win on the 4th of July. What do you think about that play, Mike?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I always have just such a soft spot for Charlie Morton. Fun fact: not only is Ground Chuck from Trumbull, Connecticut, the best state in the union, but his dad also played basketball at Penn State. So a little double dip on my personal loves right there. So yeah, shout out to the pride of Connecticut, Charlie Morton.
As a lifelong Connecticut hater and Michigan fan, I couldn't hate this guy more now. Let's move on. Let's go to our best underdogs for Thursday on the 4th of July. Mike, give me your favorite underdog for this slate.
I'm going to go with Los Padres against the Rangers. They are plus 110 at the time of recording. Even without Fernando Tatis in the lineup, the Padres have been hitting the ball really, really well recently. They rank third in the league in WRC Plus over the last 2 weeks. Machado's really gotten going after a slow start. He's been crushing the ball. Jackson Merrill's been crushing the ball. And then, Profar, Arise, and Cronenworth have all pretty much played well all season. And I really like Michael King. The former Yankee has a 3.61 ERA, 10.4 K per 9 rate. He's always been a good strikeout guy. And he does a great job at limiting hard contact with his sinker and his changeup. Those are his two best pitches. And the Texas Rangers rank 27th in the league against sinkers and 24th in the league against changeups. So those are two bad matchups for them. You got Evan Carter and Josh Young are both hurt. Corey Seager has been battling injuries all season. I believe he's playing tonight as recording, the 3rd. But he missed 2 games this week with a wrist injury. He's been in and out of the lineup all year. And even when he's playing, both him and Marcus Semien have just not really been that good this year. And then on the other side, you got Max Scherzer, who's almost 40 years old. He's just returning from back surgery. Like, I'm 30 and my back hurts. Like, if I sleep on it, weird. This dude had back surgery and now he's pitching. He looked fine in his first 2 starts back, but he's just not an elite pitcher anymore. He only had 4 strikeouts in each outing. So that's kind of his MO. And if he's not striking guys out, I'm higher on the Padres. I think this is a good number at plus 110. So give me the Padres here.
Yeah, Max Scherzer across his first 2 starts. His velocity is down a tick, and the stuff plus mark on his fastball is down 26 points year over year, from 104 to 78. I totally co-sign the Padres with you. They are so hard to pitch against because they're such a contact-based, pesky lineup. They're annoying, and they have power. And, I went to Fenway last weekend, and I watched Michael King absolutely carve through the Red Hot Red Sox. I really, really like this guy. I really, really like this team. So I will absolutely be betting the Padres with you. But for my best underdog for the 4th of July, I am going to be on the Cincinnati Reds, plus 145 at BetMGM. I'm doing it again. I've lost so much money this year doing it. The Yankees are 12-5 in this guy's outings, but I do not trust Marcus Stroman. I think he is absurdly overvalued. He's lost juice on his sinker, leading to a career low ground ball rate. He's lost 2 ticks of velo. His average fastball velocity is below 90 over the past month. That's led to a career low strikeout rate. He's forced to nibble around the edges more and outside the zone, leading to a career high walk rate, 11%. The only reason he's sustaining a low 3s ERA with expected run indicators in the high 4s is because of a 250 BABIP and an 81% strand rate. That is it. But he is finally seeing some regression. He's posted a 5.1 ERA and a 6 FIP during June with 15 strikeouts, 14 walks, and 4 homers across 26 innings. Of course, the Yankees went on to win 4 of those games, which is ridiculous. I hope the Reds force all sorts of regression upon him today, even as they continue to be among the most mercurial, inconsistent lineups in baseball, which I don't get because they pull a ton of fly balls. But I just don't think they hit them hard enough. I don't know, but I'm hoping Thursday is the day. Now, of course, it's always tough fading the Yankees' hard-hitting lineup, but they finally have seen some regression recently after months of just blowing up the stat boards and the box scores. They've been close to a league average lineup against righties over the past month. Rizzo and Stanton are on the shelf. Alex Verdugo has a 15 WRC plus over his past 14 games. And Verdugo and Rizzo being non-existent really explain their lackluster performances against righties lately. The 2 of their 3 lefties in that lineup. I know Soto is amazing, but those 2 other guys have really hit righties well this year, especially compared to lefties. Still, combine that regression with their stupidly overvalued bullpen, which finally dropped off a cliff, posting a 5.5 ERA and a 45% hard hit rate against over the past fortnight, and you get the Yankees in free fall. They've lost 11 of their past 15, not including the game that's happening during this recording, where they're down 3-0 to the Reds. And by the time, I bet this, the Reds could be looking for a sweep in this one. The Reds have a monstrous bullpen advantage as well. I talk about it every week I come on this podcast. Behind Fernando Cruz's splitter, the Reds have a top 5 bullpen. They posted a 2.9 bullpen SIERA over the past 2 weeks behind a really nice 22% strikeout minus walk rate. That's the 3rd highest among Major League Baseball bullpens during the stretch. I do not have much to say about one Frankie Montas, who starts for Cincinnati on Thursday. But the Reds have lost 4 straight with him on the mound, so he's due, especially because he's posted a low 3s ERA across the 4 starts. He really didn't pitch that bad. And in 2 career starts against the New York Yankees, he's tossed 13 innings of 2-run ball with 13 strikeouts to 2 walks. I am not going to say when those starts occurred, but the vibes are good. And regardless, I think between my fade of Stroman, how much I love the Reds bullpen, and the Bronx Bomber regression, I think it's totally worth taking a flyer with the Reds at over plus 140 and fading the Yankees on the 4th of July, which seems wrong.
For the record, that game is now 3-2 in the 8th. Volpe just hit a 2-run double, so you can suck on that. I obviously don't co-sign it. I'm sitting here in my Yankees hat. We'll see if Montas even can make it to Yankee Stadium. I don't even know if he knows how to get there, considering how few games he played when he was on the Yankees, that bum. So, we'll see if he even makes it to Yankee Stadium.
All right, whatever. Go Reds. We are done for this special 4th of July edition of Payoff Pitch presented by BetMGM Sportsbook. Don't forget to download the free award-winning Action Network app and leave us that 5-star rating and review whenever you listen to the podcast. Also, check out the Action Network Discord. There's a link in the episode description of this podcast. I am in there all the time, chopping up with guys. For Mike Iannello, I am Tanner McGrath. We'll be back for more best bets for the Monday slate. Thanks for listening to Payoff Pitch, Action Network's MLB betting podcast presented by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Good luck with all your bets. We'll see you next time, and God bless America.